Thankful Thursday. How's everyone feeling? Good, good. Great to see everyone's smiling faces. I do want to say thank you to Greta, to Robin, to Maddie, to Mel, the entire team for such a warm welcome. Our time is limited, so let's get right into it. When you think about the word bold, what actions come to mind? I want you to turn and talk with your neighbors at your table. When you think about this word bold, what words come to mind? All right, let's wrap it up. Table number 16. What comes to mind when you think about this word bold? Adventurous. What else? Out there. What do you mean? Taking risks. I love it. Table number 6. We got the thumbs up. What comes to mind?
She already said taking risks.
Taking risks. Give me some more.
Doing the unexpected.
Woo! Doing the unexpected. I like that. Now, my table over here, I know someone said they were thinking about hot chilies, I think. Some chili peppers. That was my humorous table here at number 2. What comes to mind when you think about bold? Courageous. I like that. Now, I love all of these great adjectives. These words are great. But I want you to think about, today is January 30th. What actions have you actually taken in your personal life, in your professional life, that could be characterized as bold? Talk is cheap. Now, I love this quote by the great Tony Robbins. And for those that are in sales, we know the power of questions. And I've got some questions for you. I'm going to give you the Larry Long Jr. remix. The most successful people ask the toughest questions, therefore they get the best answers. We need some answers. Now, I've got some questions for you. I need your help. This is going to be interactive. I know that we just got done with lunch. Someone help me out here. Look. Okay, someone's alive. Both ways. I like it. Don't. Whoa, 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 whoa. What kind of party are y'all running? Oh, man, I know y'all were getting loose last night, but woo! You didn't warn me it was this kind of crowd. I like it. I like it. Yeah. Expect the unexpected, right? Wow. I'm down 32 pounds, and my doctor said, yeah, trying to mix in my fruits and veggies. Woo-wee. Don't talk to. Did someone say monsters out there? I know I gave it away. Now, for anyone that's flying, I just flew in yesterday to Westchester. I think you all know this one. Yeah, see something, say something. The purpose of this exercise is that we all know what we should be doing. I went to my doctor for my annual physical, and he said, Larry, you got to cut down on the fried chicken. I said, Doc, you don't understand my relationship with the fried chicken. Do y'all know what time it is? I asked the doc what time it was, and he said, Larry, it's 1:07 p.m. I said, no, Doc, what time is it? Chicken time? For anyone that's in North Carolina, you know what time it is. It's bow time. That Bojangles chicken and biscuits are calling my name, but I know I need to mix in a salad. Who is it? Who is it? A heart attack? I hope not. Elizabeth, this is the big one. We got comedians all around. Table 19, table 2. I like this crowd. Who's knocking at that door? A little bit louder for the people in the back. Opportunity is knocking. Will you answer the door, Centec? If you don't, someone else will. Now, my question for you is, are you committed? Are you all in? And do your actions reflect that as well? Now, this is just a quick description. This is my NASCAR slide of who I am. I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a son, and I'm a brother. Professionally, I'm a motivational speaker. Y'all won't believe this, but in elementary, middle, and high school, I used to get sent to detention for talking. I know you're like, no way, Larry, I don't believe it. Now I wake up each and every day and I have the opportunity to speak and serve high-performing organizations just like you globally. Going to Singapore in May, I never would have imagined it. Essentially, I'm the definition of anything is possible. What's possible for you? Enough about me, but I want to know about you and how you really view yourself. So I want you to think about this phrase, I am blank. What words would you use to fill that in? Now, I know the theme is I am unstoppable, and that sounds good. It sounds great. But I don't know if I'm the only one. Sometimes that voice on my shoulder tells me, hey, Larry, you're not worthy. Who do you think you are standing on this stage talking to the great folks at Pitney, Syntec? These are the change agents. These are the solution makers. Who do you think you are? And then the voice of my father, who I lost 9.5 years ago, he rallies back. And I call this voice Cletus. Come on, Cletus. You're going to walk over, but you're going to limp back. Anyone that's seen Nutty Professor? How do you define yourself? I am. When I was younger, I moved around, Alabama, Illinois, Nebraska, Pennsylvania. They put me in speech classes when I moved to PA. They said, little Larry, how old are you? I said, I'm 4. They said, 4 what? I said, I'm 4 years old. They said, you can't talk like that. But essentially, I had a big gap tooth. I didn't get braces until I was an adult. And kids can be cruel. I got teased. And thankfully, I had a supportive mom. We would say our prayers at night, and she would make me stand up in the middle of the room and say 10 times, I am somebody. Now, when you give a kid that encouragement, I'm now walking through the classroom, doing my George Jefferson strut, believing that I am somebody. And there's so much power in our words, so much power in our beliefs, so much power in our thoughts. I need y'all's help one more time. Mother knows? Yeah, best. And I got to give a shout out to my mom, Desiree Williams Long, who shares with me, and she shared this when I was younger, these words that I like to think about right now. She said, little Larry, your actions speak so loud, I can't hear what you're saying. Your actions speak so loud, I can't hear what you're saying. So I hear that you're unstoppable. But when I watch what you do day in and day out, does it reflect that? I want you to stew on that for a second. We all have choices. And I see some of y'all taking furious notes. I arrived yesterday. I love to see the energy, feel the energy, the camaraderie. I love the learnings. But now the question is, what you gonna do? Now, my goal is to motivate, to inspire, but that comes and goes. I was talking with Greta about working out. Yeah, I don't feel motivated or inspired to work out today. My goal is to provide you with a path for transformation. When you leave these doors and you go back to your office, respectively, I want you to change your perspectives, change your behaviors, change what you do. I've got some goodies for you as well. So I published a book. It's called Jolt, Get Zapped into Intentionality, Rediscover and Believe in Your Inner Greatness. Published it in 2022. It almost was called Unstuck, because at that point I was stuck. I was trying to figure out, how can I level up and be the best that I can be? I hope that it's a guide that will support you. We're going to focus on chapter 1. What story are you telling yourself and believing? Now, I've got a question. Where are my sales professionals? Show of hands. Where are my sales folks? Hold on. Can you hear me now? Where are my sales professionals? Is the mic on? Uh-oh. I see some hands that are down. The great Henry Ford said, whether you believe you can or believe you can. You're right. Now, everyone is in sales, and we shake our head yes, but why didn't everyone's hands go up? We're all in sales, and we all have that opportunity to help Pitney, Syntec to be unstoppable. The best sales professionals that I know, all of us in here, they know that that story that they tell is so important. Storytelling is really story selling. We heard the example earlier in terms of folks looking for opportunities. We all interact with small businesses, with government agencies. We have neighbors, we have colleagues. The opportunity is out there for all of us to evangelize. It's not just a few sales reps that have that title, but it's really each and every one of us. The top sales professionals, the top business professionals, they realize that the sky is not the limit. The traditional saying is the sky is the limit. I don't believe the sky is the limit. What's next for you to push those limits, to innovate and get to that next level? The best professionals always realize that you learn from experience. Today's January 30th. What have you learned so far in 2025? How will you use those learnings, lessons learned, and most importantly, lessons earned, to take you to that next level? Now, I don't know if you've done a journey line exercise, but I'm 46 years old. Here goes my journey. There's been ups and downs, highs and lows, twists and turns. I want you to think back over the past 13 months. What's been the best thing that happened to you, personally or professionally? Go ahead and write it down. Go ahead and jot down what's the best thing that happened to you. I'm a big believer we should celebrate our wins, personally and professionally. Essentially, answer the question, tell me something good. My baseball number was number 7, so I love your smile. Tell me something good, Sir Ron.
Meeting my wife, that was the best thing that happened to me.
What happened?
Just finding someone to keep me in line and move me in the right direction.
Ooh, give it up for Ron. I like that. I like that. Table number 10. Let's see. I know a lot of people aren't giving me eye contact. They're like, no, don't call on me, Larry. Tell me something good.
For sure. I have a 17-year-old son, and he wants to be in sales. So instead of going to Florida with us, he went to Texas to do door-to-door sales. And I asked him, Nick, how was it? You're knocking on the door and you get no. He said, Mom, I will show you something. So he recorded one customer, and I was so proud of him because the customer said, I'm working from home. I don't have time for it. He said, sir, how about you look at our benefits? And he was selling fiber internet. Yeah. And so after 4th attempt, the 17-year-old kid sold the internet.
Give it up for Anna. Congratulations. Well done, Mama. And I asked y'all to tell me something good. That's great right there. Your wife keeping you in line, your son making sales. Now on the flip side, because we all know that life isn't always sunshine and unicorns and rainbows, what was the worst thing that happened to you over the past 13 months? And I'm not going to ask you to volunteer, but I do encourage you to share it with your colleagues, because oftentimes if you're on social media, you see the best. And sometimes you wonder, am I the only one that goes through some I think HR is in the house, some stuff, we'll call it. But I want you to take it a step further. Not just what was the worst thing that happened to you, but what did you learn from that experience? Now I want to go one more level, and I want you to think about what action have you changed? What action have you taken as a result? See, life is giving us tests day in and day out. Are you learning from those tests? And most importantly, are you doing anything from those tests? Now, all my sales professionals, you know that people like to work with folks that they know, that they like, that they trust, and that they believe in. We know this, but once again, knowing isn't doing. I met with a sales guru down in South Florida, Steve Noodleberg. And what he shared with me is he said, Larry, in my 30 years of selling, what I've learned is the difference between contacts, people that I know, and contracts, people that I do business with. It's that letter R. Anyone want to help me out? What do you think that letter R stands for? A little bit louder for the folks in the back. Relationships. And Shemin talked about this earlier. Are we rowing in the right direction? Are we establishing relationships that are built on being known, being liked, being trusted, and being believed in? That is the question. Are you in a word-of-mouth business? I think I heard it from the panel right there. Are you in the relationship business? Yeah, all the above. Now, I love that you recognize that, but once again, I want you to just noodle on, what are you doing to make sure that you're focused on those relationships? I saw the shirt yesterday, focus. Yeah, what you focus on is what gets done. Now, I would be remiss if I came in here and I didn't give you something tangible to walk away with. Now, do y'all have the 3-minute challenge policy? Is that part of your policy? Is it part of the policy? Not yet? Does anyone know what the 3-minute challenge is? No one? It's not a TikTok challenge. You're like, uh-oh, is it going to make us dance? No. The 3-minute challenge is something that we can all do to strengthen our relationships. You see, I work with a lot of high-performing individuals, and they all say, Larry, I'm too busy. Well, if you don't have 3 minutes each and every weekday, we've got bigger fish to fry. Let's go. Every day, I want you to go into your Rolodex. I know some of y'all are like, why is he talking about that fancy watch? Now, that's a Rolex. A Rolodex is essentially your contacts in your contact list. And every day, I want you to find one person. It could be someone that you haven't been in touch with 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, and possibly even 3 decades. And all I want you to do is surprise and delight them. Now, I'll give you a little secret. I speak to thousands of people globally, and I can count on one hand and 2 fingers how many people actually do it, at least those that have shared it with me. But I can tell you from experience, if you do the 3-minute challenge, I know there's no guarantees in life. I can guarantee you, you're going to have a positive impact on someone else. You're going to be making relationship deposits in someone else's life. Now, life is a 4-letter word. Am I right or am I right? Life be lifing. Life is tough. We thought about those bad things that happen, the most negative things. By you investing and letting people know that you're thinking of them, it's powerful. And what I found is that the more that I give, the more that I make relationship deposits, it's amazing how much I receive. You see, I'm on this stage today because of a relationship with Robin. One of my former colleagues, Nathan Bird, the Birdman, connected me with Robin to serve as her mentor. I didn't do that because I wanted to get on this stage. I did it because I like to help people. I like to serve people. The question I ask myself each and every day, it's actually a quote from Martin Luther King Jr., who we just celebrated his day last week. He says, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing? Not what are you thinking, not what are you writing, but what are you doing to help others? I ask you to think about that. The 3-minute challenge is unbelievable. It only takes 3 minutes and it has huge impact. The little things are really the big things. Now, the great Maya Angelou said it best. People will forget what you said. Let's keep it real. You've already forgotten 88% of what I've said on this stage. People will forget what you do. Hold up, Larry, I thought you told me your mom said your actions speak so loud, I can't hear what you're saying. I did. People will never, ever forget how you made them feel. I appreciate the head shakes, but the head shakes aren't going to make us unstoppable. Us taking action and doing it with urgency and doing it with speed and doing it right now is what's going to make us unstoppable. My question to you, do you really want to be unstoppable? Are you interested? Are you committed? Or are you obsessed? Interested, committed, obsessed. Now, I know there's a lot of innovation in here. I can feel all the brain waves, and I love it. What are you going to do to continue to innovate each and every day, both professionally and personally? Now, I've been recognized as a top sales influencer by Salesforce. They're one of my largest clients. I love working with them. And if you use Salesforce, you know how much of a play they're putting on data. You have that same opportunity that's knocking on your door. We've got an information overload. We've got a data overload. What will you do with that data. I love data. I don't know if the picture gave it away. There's a small company called Pendo. I was employee number 40 there. They're now, I think, 1,000 employees. They play a data play on the product side. We did a little exercise where we said, hey, if budget wasn't a thing, what could we do to get new clients? Let's get creative. Some of y'all are thinking along an idea right now. You're noodling, you're doodling, you're thinking about it. My encouragement is for you to go for it, to give it a try. My good colleague, Melissa Murray Bailey, used to be the chief revenue officer at Hootsuite. They're a social media platform. And for her team, she had a saying, GIAT. I said, is that the long-lost cousin of the Fiat? She said, Larry, you so crazy. She said it stands for give it a try. Give it a try. God bless you. Now, speaking of giving it a try, who's on LinkedIn? Ooh, I like that. Now, show of hands, and let's keep it real. Let's be honest. Who's really on LinkedIn? Ooh. Who is it? The opportunity is knocking. I appreciate your honesty. I did a little bit of research, and I was digging into your LinkedIn profiles. You're missing out. Your marketing team is doing an amazing job. I know you have resources to assist you. If we're all in sales, we need to be all in and committed. LinkedIn is a powerful platform for us to share the amazing work we're doing with our clients. We heard it from Lance earlier, for us to shout out the amazing work that our colleagues are doing. It's a platform for visibility, a platform for connection, a platform for relationships. But if you don't use it, you lose it. So for those that had their hands down, the opportunity is knocking. What will you do? I love to use LinkedIn. I think I have 323 recommendations. Who's counting? But that's my differentiator. I can talk about how great I am until I'm purple in the face, but when someone else shares it, it's a lot more powerful. Will you leverage the power of the LinkedIn platform? What will you do to differentiate? There's a lot of black boxes out there, and in a sea of black boxes, I don't want to be a black box, hence the gold microphone, hence the smile for a mile, hence my energy. That's my differentiator. What's your differentiator? And how do you play into that? You see, we've talked about a lot of things, but essentially the biggest thing is what action will you take? Any coffee drinkers in here? Okay. I don't drink coffee. I might explode. But we all know that you can't pour into someone else's cup if your cup isn't overflowing. I'm talking about taking care of your mind, your body, your soul, and your spirit. And these three categories, yourself, your health, and your wealth. So play along. We're going to do a little exercise. We'll see if we can get balance. I had a great conversation with Shemin yesterday. I call this my 8 buckets of priorities. There's 7 F's and there's 1 C. And for my spelling bee champions, you're going to laugh at the 7th F. Go ahead and document it. You can do it in your head, write it down. Essentially, when you look at faith, spirituality, whatever you believe or don't believe, that's bucket number 1. Family, bucket number 2. Friends, fun, which is my favorite. Number 5 is fitness. Your health is your wealth. Number 6 is your finances. Number 7, your community service, your philanthropy. Hey, Larry, philanthropy doesn't start with an F. You're right. I spell phonetically, and some people might say frenetically. Number 8 is career. Now, this is a 3-part exercise. I want you to think about if you were to stack rank these buckets right now. What's number 1? All the way down to number 8. There's no right or wrong answer, and I'm a big believer of you get out of it what you put into it. I'm asking you to document what's your priorities if you were to stack rank today. I see some of y'all are speaking to your neighbors. What's number 4? Tough crowd. Love it. Love it. Now we're going to go back to school. On a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to go ahead and give yourself a grade. You don't have to share that grade with anyone, but in each bucket, are you a 1 or are you a 10? And do me a favor, no 7s. I know some of y'all are like, hold up, Larry, 7 was your baseball number. It is, but 7 is also that safe zone. It's that comfort zone. If I could be a 7 across the board, I would be a 7 all along. I'm going to challenge you. Are you a 6? Are you an 8? Are you a 4? Or are you a 10? If you're a 10, come and see me. I need to find out the secrets to your success. I've yet to meet anyone who's perfect. After you've given yourself a grade in each of the buckets, I now want you to think about how you can level up. For your top 3 priorities, what action could you take right now to get to that next level? Go ahead and write it down, only if you're committed to taking that action. Because if you're not committed to taking that action, guess what? It's kind of like our New Year's revolutions. Is that what they call them? Anyone else's New Year's revolutions been broken? I guess I'm the only one. Thank you for the honest person in the back. I appreciate it. Misery loves company. Now, for your level up action, I encourage you, don't do it alone. Take action right now, but do it together. Find an accountability partner that can support you. Find an accountability partner that you can support. Together, everyone achieves more. I know it's a little bit hokey, but it's true. Having played baseball at University of Maryland, I understand the value and the power of a team. So my question for you right now, what action will you take right now? Not next week, not next month, not next quarter, right now. I'm a big believer that when you know better, you do better. And my hope for you, Centec, is that you're going to do better now that you know better. Now, I want to know better as well, and I'm curious, what in my message resonated? And we'll have some time. If you can pull out your phones, go ahead and scan the QR code. I would love your feedback in terms of what part of this message resonated. And I would also love to know what's your plan of action. What do you plan on doing now that we've talked about this? When you go back to your respective homes, what action will you take? I went to a mastermind 2 weeks ago, and the motto, listen closely, was no change, no change. Someone needs to hear that a little bit louder in the back and even in the front. No change, no change. So I would love to open it up. We have 2 minutes left. Questions, comments, feedback. I'm at your service. How can I help you, Pitney Bowes, Centec, to be unstoppable so you can thrive in 2025? What's on your mind?
Hi, thanks so much for your presentation. The question is, when it comes to taking action, how do you decide what action to take first?
I love it. Prioritize. I would look at the quadrant of what's urgent and what's important. And from there, you can really dictate. I would also encourage you to think about your vision. What's your vision? What's your team's vision? The organization's vision? What's the mission? For me, I've gotten crystal clear on my vision, which makes it easier, never easy, to figure out what to do day in and day out and what to say no to. I can tell that we've got so many caring folks here that it's probably tough to say no, but when you know your vision, it's easy to say no. Now, Shemin had a question as well. Yes.
I was going to say, given that you were one of the best influencers for Salesforce, what was the biggest learning that they had from you?
Yeah, great question. What was the biggest learning that Salesforce had for me? It's simple, and it's simple in concept, it's difficult in execution. Control the controllables. Now, there's an acronym called EAT, and I'm trying to cut down on what I eat. Actually, I have my food from lunch. There's a salad underneath there, but I'll flip it in reverse, and we'll call it T. I believe you can control how you treat other people. That's the T. The E is your emotions as we go through this roller coaster of life and of business, of sales. There's ups and downs, highs, lows, twists and turns. You can control your emotions. And then the A is your actions and your attitude. Do you have an attitude of gratitude? Do you have a positive attitude? When you step in the room or the Zoom, do you bring the energy? Are you your own chief energy officer? Or do you suck the energy out? And in sales, it's so important to control that mindset, control your actions, your attitude, and it's contagious. I don't want to put my mask on. It's contagious either this way or that way. Great question there. If you have any other questions, I'm going to be around through this evening. I do want to leave you with this. Back to the basics. I'm going to give you my ABCs to success. The A, we talked about it, action. In the spirit of the Olympics and the Paralympics, on your mark, get set, go, right now. The B, in the words of that great group Journey, and you don't want to get me singing, but I think they said, don't stop believing. Do you believe that you're unstoppable? And do your actions show that? The C, I'm going to quadruple click. I heard it earlier. Courage, confidence, care. And I know you care about your customers, your prospects, your partners, your clients. Are you caring for yourself? If you're not at your best day in and day out, Houston, we have a problem. It's going to be tough for you to be unstoppable when you come into the office. The last one I have for you is commitment. When you're committed, you move and you shake in a whole different manner than someone who's just showing up. I call them pluggers. And we've all worked with pluggers before. There's no pluggers in this room. And it's your responsibility to go back and be a driver, to share your lessons learned from this session with your team. Now, I'm an overachiever. I'll give you a few extra. The D is dream. When was the last time you dreamed? No, dream big. No, dream bigger. I never would have imagined I'd be on a stage as my career. I'm living the dream. The E is energy. You control the energy. And if you don't remember anything that I shared with you today, it's the F. You got to have fun. Life is too short. I encourage you to be bold, to be brave, to be brilliant, and be unstoppable. I'm Larry Long Jr. Thank you, all.